It is my belief that people reach critical moments throughout their lives. We all know that adversities, whether they are announced or unannounced, they reach us, whether you're poor or rich. And it is a natural part of life where life teaches us through certain lessons, through experience, which is the best communication there is. And I truly believe that if there is an all-powerful being who created the universe, this powerful being teaches us through experience. And if we are not able to perceive the message that we need to in order to grow, notice how this all-powerful being can become very creative, and it'll strike hard until we get the message. So whether we grow through expanding our perceptional abilities so that we can catch the message and understand it and transform that experience into vitamins and minerals for our souls, or we could wait until a much more powerful experience hits us. A powerful experience that we might call adversities, which obviously nobody would prefer. However, whether it is achieved one way or another, it still happens. And looking from this perspective, notice how you shouldn't really try too hard to accept any of these concepts. But in a sense, if you come to think about whether this helps you or not, then you'll understand that a critical point where people reach in life, many times, a critical point in any aspect of your life, whether it's finances, human relationships, or health, or your well-being or happiness, your mental state, we reach critical points many times throughout our lives. And these are all opportunities for us to learn something, for us to grow, for us to make something out of it. And it is my belief that we can make the most of our deepest fears, and we can make the most of our most difficult experiences. I believe that our most difficult experiences can be our greatest assets. But if we cannot recognize where we are in a critical point, and when we reach that certain point, you're blind to the fact that you are in a critical point, then I think that by itself is the most dangerous situation to be in. But if you are able to perceive that you are in danger in a critical point, and you still are choosing not to do anything about it, then I think that's the most powerless, the most undesirable place, the most critical point you could ever be. And looking from that perspective, we always have a depressing experience where we're within this mental inner state where we experience mental, emotional, spiritual pain. And this is what your psychologists call depression. And when we experience depression, you have to understand that that in itself also is a nurturing experience, because it allows you to retreat to your inner world, to your spiritual world of your soul, so that it teaches you that the outside circumstances are nothing but a reflection of your own actions, of your own choices. And by you allowing yourself to retreat to your inner world, it allows you to have a chance to really review if that's what you really want. There's a reason why we call this state depression, because we are depressed to a state where we have no choice but to retreat within, so that you find the answers from within. So instead of you becoming powerless in the inability to change the outside circumstances, you understand that by changing yourself from within, you're able to change and reflect that change and reflect that preferred state of being from the inside out. So the outside circumstances will have no choice but to reflect back to you the version of the universe that you would like to, that you would prefer to experience. And in the same manner as this message sinks deep inside your subconscious mind, notice how when we retreat within, depression in itself is a wonderful experience where it gives you the free will to exercise, to make use of your free will to examine if that's the situation where you really want to be, if that is the state that you really want to experience, for how long you want to experience, for how much, to what degree of strength. Then you will be self-empowered to review and look at some of the options that you have from your inside psyche, from your mental state, from your spiritual state, and then look for answers within through meditation, through deep appreciation and gratitude. And then you will have two choices, whether to fall deep into a deeper level of darker depression, where you get another chance, a much more compelling chance, to whether you want to continue to go and explore the painful experience of going darker, or you want to bounce back with much more faster, stronger momentum to the outside world. And by using that momentum, when you bounce back from the ground to upwards, you will gain the momentum to reach the sky, to really fall back into the alignment of your soul and become more harmonized with your life and start enjoying the rewards of success, the rewards of your courage, the rewards of your decision of exercising your free will to bounce back up and pick yourself up and start running. And by you being aware of this momentum, this compelling force that pushes you upwards towards your dreams and your wildest desires, you will be able to perceive that it doesn't matter what's on the outside. Everything you need comes from the inside at any moment in time. And with you, with this new mental software, if you choose to accept this model of understanding of depression and mental and spiritual suffering, you will soon understand that there is no negative meaning to depression or mental suffering. In this sense, that experience in itself is meaningless. You are imbuing the meaning into it, whether if it's positive or negative. You are deciding to assign a meaning to it, and that is your God-given power. You have the ability that nobody can take this ability from you, and you have the ability to really define whatever situation you are experiencing in a positive way or in a negative way. You always have the choice. It's always a choice. And in this sense, you'll see, just by you having the power of giving the definition to any circumstance, to really understanding how to consciously and intentionally interpret a situation, that in itself is already enough power for you to use depression as a tool for positive changes. And understanding this software in a manner that I'm delivering, that I'm copy pasting from me to you, my dear listener, it's also a God-given power that you have the free will to exercise at any moment in time. With this mental tool in your mind, Let us explore some of the ways that we can use to start reprogramming your subconscious mind and the belief systems by exploring some of the ideas about the morphic field and some of the arcane knowledge and some of the power of your words and prayers and magical spells on our next video. Thank you.